Thank you so much. And for your last opening comments, Bill Gibbon.
Thank you very much, Scott, and thank you to all of you for coming out tonight. It was 6 years ago at the age of 24 that I stood at this stage, at this podium, at a different stage at this podium. And at that time, I came to you with vitality, with ideas, and with enthusiasm. Over the past 6 years, we've seen rapid growth that no one could have predicted, and it's caused pressure like we have never seen before in our community. I've come to the realization that what I said 6 years ago was very correct. A community never comes to the comfortable point where it can retire. A community needs to continue to grow, a community needs to continue to change, and to try and keep pace with what's happening in the world today. So today I'd like to speak to you about going one step beyond. I'd like to speak to you about going one step beyond where we were yesterday, where we were 20 years ago, and in fact where we were 6 years ago. I believe that we have a number of opportunities to move our community forward in a progressive way that benefits everyone. You'll hear tonight a number of the specific issues where we need to address this change, but what we need to have is a council that's willing to work together as a team as the issues come up, and is able to take positive steps forward while remembering that we must be accountable, and that we must be sustainable, and that we must continue to invest in our community. So, 6 years on, after 2 terms on council, I stand in front of you today with the same vitality, the same energy, the same wealth of new ideas. But now I stand in front of you with one extra thing: experience. And I hope that on October 15th, you will return me to council so I can return those important items to our decision making. I agree with Helen. Certainly term limits are important. Change is important on council, and we've seen over the past number of years that council does have turnover, and it's certainly up to the public to decide whether council members are being productive, whether they are being active, and that's where the responsibility falls back to each and every one of you in our community when you go to vote. Thanks very much. Lauren's certainly right. The city needs to take an advocacy role and support Peace Country Health when they go forward for more dollars, and support our other community partners like the Grande Foundation when they go forward. One of the things that the city has done has expedited planning approvals for the development of new seniors residences. We've been waiting for the private company that has the contract with Peace Country Health to go forward and build those. And they do have a location that the city has helped them find and made sure that it was available for them. So beyond that, it's an advocacy role in ensuring more dollars come into our community to support these initiatives. That question has come up a number of times in the past 6 years on council, and in fact council did make a change. It cost the city over $1 million a year in taxes to make that change so that apartments are recognized as dwellings rather than businesses and taxed appropriately. So we have made that change. We have worked to ensure that the city tax burden isn't contributing to rents disproportionately on apartment buildings. The difficulty is that new investment in our community is going into condominiums rather than new rental housing, and that's why I support the development of Hearthstone Manor, the city's 40-unit apartment building. I'd like to see us support private development and encourage them to build more rental units rather than just condominium units as well.
Okay, affordable housing, hands up please. Potholes. Multiplex. Okay, you can't vote twice, I guess. Okay. You got to respond, Bill?
The difficulty in local government, in fact in all types of government, is that it is not a zero-sum game. We cannot run our community on the basis of doing one thing in favor of the other. Certainly we need to make tough decisions, but I think over the past 6 years, council has taken a balanced and measured approach to addressing all of our community concerns in a way that delivers on the promises that the candidates have made and that council makes through its strategic plan. That's why I kept my hand up the entire time, because I don't believe that potholes should be overlooked. I don't believe that affordable housing is an issue that will go away by itself. Council needs to be involved, but recreation is also important to our community. So we have to remember that it is not a zero-sum game. We have to do a fair and balanced approach.
Sure,
The question on why growth, it's actually very straightforward. Currently, the system that municipalities work under in Alberta is based on the property tax system. This is our main source of revenue, and so you see municipalities competing for growth, trying to lure it into their boundaries. And one of the things council needs to do, and every council member must do, is go forward to the province and say the property tax system is not sustainable. We cannot build our communities on trying to outpace each other in growth and encouraging new businesses to develop here. We need to find something that's a more balanced approach. One of the other things that would be important in this, of course, is moving forward on integrated planning with the County of Prairie. It's all well and good for City Council to move forward with an approach like this, but if we're not joined in it by County Council, the growth will simply be outside our borders as you see today. We need to ensure that all of the resources in the region come to bear on the problems that we have and the issues that we face. That means that first we need to work towards integration and sharing. If that approach is unsuccessful, then we need to use the only other tool that municipalities have at their disposal, which is annexation. Thank you very much, Scott. Thank you all who managed to stay so long. In the room, we have a number of people who are very committed to our community, and it seems that we have a lot of people that are very committed, like I am, to moving us one step beyond where we are today. And although all of the candidates here seem to be of that mind, what I'm speaking about is you. All of you out there in the public who have stayed so long seem to be very committed to moving our community forward. So what I'm going to ask of you is that on October 15th, you invite me to join you in moving our community forward for the next 3 years. I want to bring my energy, vitality, ideas, and experience to bear for our community. So I ask you once again, please just give me that chance.